The first thing I'm going to do is a greatest common factor expression. And to explain the Halloween stuff, you know, it's in honor of Halloween because it's the best holiday ever, and I figured why not make this video interesting. So, well, as interesting as math can get, but no offense. Anyway, so the first expression I'm going to do is my greatest common factor expression, which would be 2x minus 8y plus 42. Can you see that? No, you can't. So, there. That's my expression. The first thing I'm going to do is find the GCF of my expression. So we have 2, 8, and 42. Those are my factors. First thing I'm going to do to make it easier, I'm going to find the factors of 42. So that would be, well, let's not do that. Factors would be 2 and 21, 3 and 14, and 6 and 7. So those are my factors. Okay. And then the only factors I can see of 42 that would go into both 8 and 2 would be 2. So this is like the only thing that goes into 2 and 8. So basically, for my equation, I'm going to factor out 2, since that's the only thing that can go into 2, 8, and 42. So it would look like 2, then x minus 4y plus 2z. No. Yeah. Okay. So that's what my new equation would look like. And then, after the GCF expression, I'm going to do a 2 perfect square expression. Oh, sorry. So, the second expression I'm going to do is b squared minus 64. To solve this expression involving 2 perfect squares, it's like the GCF expression, except you basically see what you can factor out using squares. So for b squared, it would just be b. And then for the square root of 64, it'd be 8. You can check that by multiplying 8 by 8, and you would get 64. So now we have our square roots, so we can put it into our equation, which would be b plus 8 and b minus 8. See if you can see that, just in case. Okay. Because there needs to be a plus and a minus, because or a positive and a negative. So when you FOIL it, the two middle parts would end up. Actually, the two middle parts would cancel each other out, and you'd end up with b squared minus 64 again if you checked your work correctly. So basically, it would be like the first b. My God. Plus. So it'd be b squared. It's the first. Then the outer would be b minus 8. And the inner would be 8 plus b. And last would be 8 and 8, which would be 64. So you can see it's a negative and a positive, so it'd be b squared minus 64. That's kind of messy, but yeah. So, And then lastly, well, the second part, or part 1 of my last expression, so the easy case, I'm going to use x squared minus 8x plus 12 to factor. So first I would find A, B, and C. So A would be 1, B would be negative 8, and C would be positive 12. You can see that. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the diamond, and I figured out why it's called the diamond. It's because when you do all the numbers, you can draw a diamond with it. That's like the crappiest diamond I've ever seen. But anyway, so we put the C in the lower quadrant, so you can see the C would go down here, which is positive 12, and then the B, so our negative 8, would go in the upper quadrant, which would be negative 8. So that leaves the two side ones blank. So we need to find factors of positive 12 that add up to negative 8. So we have 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 5 times 4. Huh? 5 times 4 is not right. Yeah, I did 20 there. Oh well, we're not going to talk about that one. So it's pretty much just like 1 times, oh, I know what I did. It's 3 times 4, not 5 times 4. Oopsies. Okay. So you can see our little factors here. So basically the only one that adds up to 8 would be 2 times 6. But we're not done yet because we need to make them both negative since the 8 is negative. So it would be negative 2 and negative 6. You can see that. That doesn't look like a negative. Now it looks like a negative. Okay. Well, so then the equation would have to be negative, so it's x minus 2 and x minus 6. Cool.